They play Selena on Pirates of the Caribbean. The haunted mansion is now called Dia de los Muertos. And what was formerly known as Splash Mountain is now a Splash Mountain.
So I watched this bit earlier, and I was thinking, coming from a comic standpoint, the structure of the Mexican Disneyland bit.
Right.
First of all, the bit is amazing.
Yes. Absolutely.
All three of those parts are great, right? Does the announcement on the ride, they now call the Haunted Mansion
and
this,
Selena,
and Splash Mountain, ending on Selena. It was funny to me to see this structure because I would have, and this is just me looking at it from a structural standpoint, nitpicking as a comic, which we always seem to do on the show. And we get comments about it. Why are you guys getting so deep on it? It's like, because this is what we do, bro.
Right.
I would have ended on the act out. I would have ended on that big long announcement on
right.
Because it was so the accent was spot on.
It was. Yeah.
Singing on Selena. I mean, that is huge. To me, that's where the section would have ended. I would have done the mansion thing. I would have done the thing. 2 smaller laughs, and then boom. And then, and if you have to get off stage early at some point for whatever reason, you could just stop right there. That's a big banging ending.
Right.
She's going to get into another part of the bit that doesn't have to do with Disneyland. But I thought it was funny to go the ba 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 ba, and then she goes doot doot with the 2 smaller ones at the end, which aren't tags to the ride.
Right.
They're just separate things, but they're just, when you get into a bit, you sort of go, I'll give you a little crumb.
Yeah.
I'll give you a little crumb.
And
then now here it comes, boom.
There could be a few reasons for that. It's kind of, I'll say it's like the Warriors don't get a lot of credit for, especially Steph Curry. Now he does, but for a while it was like he's not a finisher. He's not a, but it's like, yeah, they're blowing everybody out.
He don't need to be a finisher.
Yeah, he's sitting in the fourth quarter. So you want him to make the game close, right?
Yeah.
So
sure.
there's a little bit of that going on. And I think what happens is two things. A few things. One, it depends on the next bit. And does doing the 2 lesser powerful jokes run into the next bit smoother, right? 2, when you're writing a joke, I don't know if, we'd have to have her tell us, but sometimes when you're writing a joke, what you think is this like massive crescendo, in the beginning, when you're first trying it out, it can be hit or miss, even though you're like, why is it hit or miss? So sometimes what happens is your thought is like, that should be at the end, but then you just start doing it not at the end, and you have the safety valve. Like, if this doesn't get quite the laugh, because there's nothing like ending on a big note
and
not getting a big laugh or clap,
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So having these 2 jokes afterward sort of like allows you to be like, well, that was a throwaway. You know what I mean? It's more like, anyway, what I was saying was, so that way, you sort of like,
you sort of save yourself.
You have an escape hatch pattern. So I think it could be something to that effect. Either it runs into the next joke smoother, or she just got used to doing it there. Because also what happens is, if it gets a really big laugh, you just skip the next 2.
You could skip the next 2. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But if it doesn't get the laugh you want, you do the next 2. And I don't know if I think it got a big laugh. I don't know what her thinking was. You know what I mean? But as comics, we have decision trees. So we're like doing our jokes, and based on what the crowd does, it becomes like this flow chart. We'll skip here, do this, do that kind of thing. Yeah,
which makes it much more sophisticated. The things that are going on behind the scenes that the audience has no idea.